Hello and welcome to my channel, Pickled Onions Vegan Adventures. Today we're going to make some tofu, but we're not making ordinary tofu. We are making tofu with black soybeans. I just discovered these. I didn't even know they existed. I was shopping in the Asian grocery store here recently, a few weeks ago, and found these and discovered they are an heirloom variety of soybean. And so they're definitely not genetically modified. And I made tofu out of it. And wow, is it delicious. It has a really lovely flavor. It's a little purpley grayish in color, so not the most attractive, which might be why they don't sell it in the stores. I don't understand. It is so delicious, and it has this really lovely chewy texture, so it's a really fun thing, and I hope you enjoy it. So these are black soybeans. They are heirloom soybeans, so they're not genetically modified, and they make the most amazing tofu. So let's get started. So we're going to start with soaking 1 cup of black soybeans with 2 cups of water and let it hydrate overnight. So you can get black soybeans at any Asian store. In Myanmar, it's a pretty traditional food. They ferment them before eating them. And I'm going to make tofu out of it. It's really delicious and has a slightly chewier texture than the standard white tofu that you get in the stores. So while the Vitamix is grinding up my soybeans with water, I use 4 cups of water for the 1 cup of soaked black beans. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of food grade gypsum into 4 tablespoons of water and blend it up so that it is ready for when the tofu heats up. So you do want to make sure it's food grade gypsum. You can use any coagulant, lemon or vinegar will do it. However, I use this because it adds a little bit of extra calcium. All right, so I have put the milk through a high-speed blender, and now I'm going to put it through a strainer to separate the okara from the soy milk. And it doesn't take too long. I've just lined a proper colander with 2 dishcloths, and I'm just going to work it through a little bit. It takes maybe 3 to 4 minutes to separate the whole thing, and then squeeze it out a little bit so that you get all of the milk separated. So when you have smushed out as much as you can with the spoon, just wrap the okara in the dishcloth you have and go ahead and squeeze out as much milk as you are able to do. So you can keep the okara, you can compost it. It makes delicious crackers if you want to do that. It has a ton of fiber and protein, so it's not exactly garbage. As I said, it has this grayish color, so not very attractive, but it's still very nutritious. So your choice how you decide to proceed. Okay, so we're going to take the milk and we're going to start to cook it on kind of a medium low, very gently. You want to heat it up, and then we are going to add the mixture of food grade gypsum that we have previously blended with water. And we're going to go ahead and wait until the milk is warmed up, and then we'll add the food grade gypsum a little bit at a time. You want to keep on stirring the milk so that it does not burn or stick to the bottom of the pot. And that's why I recommend a medium to low kind of heat application. So we're going to go ahead and start to pour in the food grade gypsum that has been previously blended slowly. You want to be gentle. You don't want to break up the coagulation. You want some nice firm tofu, and this will do that. So go ahead and gently stir it. You'll see some of the separation starting to occur. That is normal. So as you stir very gently, go ahead and once you think you've mixed in the gypsum, go ahead and turn off the heat and just cover it so that it maintains the heat and the separation will naturally occur. You can see here that the curds are forming, it's separating. We still want it to do a little more separation because you want the color of the liquid to be absolutely clear. So I did turn the heat back on since the liquid was not clear yet. I turned the heat back on onto kind of a medium. It's not going to stick really at this point since the solids have started to separate. And I was getting a little impatient. Don't do that. But you can see how beautifully it's separating and coagulating, and that's what you want. I do use, so you can see here, now it's starting to separate. The liquid is clear. So it's all coagulating so nicely. You can see the kind of purpley gray color that it becomes. I'm just guessing this is why they don't use it commercially. I think they just use it for that fermented black bean paste, which I actually never realized was black soybeans. But you live and learn. Okay, once again, let's line our colander with a nice dishcloth, and we're going to go ahead and pour the tofu gently into the colander. Make sure you're doing this over a sink or somewhere where you can make a mess. You can see already how firm this tofu is compared to other tofu. If you make tofu at home, you will notice that there's quite a bit of difference in texture. And that texture actually makes this tofu really fun to eat. So you want to separate the liquid from the tofu fairly quickly after you've boiled it. Otherwise, the texture changes. You want to handle it with great care. It is very, very hot. So be very careful in handling this. Don't burn yourself, which I have done several times. I don't recommend it to anyone. Okay, once you have separated the liquid from the tofu, go ahead and in the same cloth, you're just going to wrap it up. I've entangled it, but go ahead and fold over. I don't shape this into any block or anything like this because I tend to rip up my tofu anyway before I use it. I don't do a very square or rectangular pieces of any sort. I simply kind of tear it up. So I'm just going to wrap it up just like it is and then refrigerate it and cool it. And it stays like this 2-3 days. You do want to use it within 1 or 2 days, or go ahead and soak it in a brine and hold on to it. I have not tried freezing it, so I don't know if it freezes well. I do know that I use it like this very often, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of weight on it before I refrigerate it. and that just makes sure all the excess water is out. Okay, you can see here it's very firm, and because I crumble to cook anyway, I didn't really bother making it into a square or anything like that. But it's very firm. You can see here it's spongy, and I will show you when I make something delicious out of it. So I really like this one. It has a lot of flavor, and like I said, it's very spongy and bouncy, and so it gives you some great texture and great taste. And here you have it, some black tofu.